Hello, this is the price action for yesterday, the EURUSD 3-minute chart. We had a weak broad bull channel and a reversal. Let's go up to the 15-minute chart to see how this formed. So the day prior, of course, we had FOMC and we had that big sell-off, and we got this channel forming down below there, and we got the three presses on the channel coming into yesterday, and we had a strong move up, strong enough to warrant maybe a second leg up above the EMA, and we actually got three legs up. So a lot of times on a strong move like this, and when it strongly pushes above the EMA, you'll get another leg up there. So you'll actually get two legs up from the EMA, and that's what happened there before. There was a sell-off there again, and now it looks like we're in a trading range again. Big down, big up. It's failing at the same area, sort of ranging. But we did create a higher low there, so that is encouraging. But we're still below the 50% point. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So I'll just put those rangy things back on there. So you can also see that it created these little ranges in there. Every time it rejects, I'm always looking for the range to form. When there's sideways bars, I just drop my range in there, reject it again. So these will last a very long time on our lower time frame. One other thing I do, and this I learned from Al Brooks as well with his EMA tricks. So he'll run the hourly EMA. You can run the hourly EMA on your chart as well. So the 20 hourly on a 15-minute chart. So you can see, and that is a good point of resistance. And a lot of times I'll go up to the hourly, just type in 1H in TradingView or 60 minutes, and you can just jump up there. And you can see that that's where it's rejecting off of that EMA there. And that's another good resistance inside. In a trend, the 20 EMA is really, really good for price action traders. So go back down to the 15-minute. Yeah, so just really range, but it is three pretty strong legs up, but it's still a pretty weak channel because of the ranges. Okay, let's go up down to the 3-minute chart and we'll look at the trades. So at the start of the night, if you spotted it, you would have seen this strong leg as you're looking at the 15-minute. Now remember, I always have my 15-minute running, so I'm looking at this before the night starts. So I can see that, this is rejecting off of here. There could be a bigger channel here. We've got a channel to here. So I already know that there's probably a bigger channel here. And I hope you can do the same if you're looking at the 15-minute, you can get that bird's eye view before you begin. Because in that way you know that these are your highs and your lows of the channel, and you've got a good understanding. So when it fails here strongly on bar 1, you can just go short, and you can get that trade of the night down to the EMA. And then when it goes here and it's doing this battle, like I don't know whether you saw this bar on bar 11, but it was just going, different colors. Now, what I said to you yesterday is what I'm looking for as well. I'm looking for high closes, and then I'm looking at the next bar, whether it's good or not. So this is a low close, but the resistance is so good. Like we're on a channel line. We've had that overshoot. Like there's two resistance levels there that usually lead to reversal there. So that's a good trade to go short on. Closing on its low bar, so that is a good one. Down to the EMA only. You don't hold all the way through the other side of the channel for these trades against the trend. You're just taking a bar. And then we hit on the other side of the channel and we start to sort of channel up, and this is channeling up. It's sort of rejecting and channeling up. And then, yeah, we hit on bar 11. So you can't go, you're not going long on any of these bars because, yeah, you get a good single bar there, but your entry bar is terrible. And then you get this bar here that was a huge battle. It was just like all very, very bearish. And then it was a very, very bullish. And then it sort of ended as this sort of doji, but it did break up above sort of these highs. So it has broken out. So I do believe at that time the bulls had won. So you can just drop your limit order in there and you're just trading to the highs. Now you're thinking, even before this happens, you are thinking maybe we're in a trading range. We've had this huge sell-off and now we're heading up. So this is a trading range, even though it's only like one up, another up, and then it sort of breaks out of there. It still is trading range price action. So again, you're just going for a scalp in there. So you take your scalp, and then you could take that trade. There is a micro double top. There is a double top there down to the EMA, but it's quite hard to do. You take that trade, then you got to reverse, but you can do it. That is a fair play trade. It's just that bar is so strong. Anyway, we head on up strongly again, and we break out of the range, and there's no real good entries because it's all up against this these channel lines, these micro channel lines, and we're hitting into the other side of the channel, so it's hard to go long here. And then we break out and we fail, but the entry bar is terrible, and then we head back up again and we break out again, and this time you can go short, like it's like a second attempt down. So it does micro double top. We are smashing into multiple resistance. We've had at least 3 presses. This is a separate line too on this, so it's like a retest, like broke out, come back, retested the high, and that usually does close off a channel. So you go short there down to the EMA, and then we head back and we push up again, and you're waiting for that second attempt up or some sort of higher low to show this sort of channeling or second entry long sort of pullback, and we don't really get, we get one good bar there, but I wouldn't be taking the first attempt up because we've had this big downtrend. And then we get our second bar closing on its high here, so now we're looking for entry. Yep, that's good enough to enter on. So the next bar is still bullish, closing on its high, so we take entry and we only go to the high, so it's just a scalp. We double top here and we head on back. This bar is good, but the entry bar is terrible. So the signal bar is good. So first thing you're doing is looking for a good signal bar at a good entry area, you know, against some resistance or some support, either a channel or a range. And you got to get your range in early. Once you see this big down, big up, like you got to get a range in there because this range lasted longer. Yeah, this range was only 2 times, but this range, it will help you immensely. Once you see a micro double top at the same area as another micro double top, or you see something go down and then go up really strongly and just stop, this is a sign that you're in a range. So you have to be able to understand your highs and your lows, and that's the biggest thing to look at. So having a 15-minute chart will help you as well, because at that stage you're hitting into the EMA. So you're thinking, oh, we could be ranging here. So you start looking at it, and this is the hourly EMA, this one here. Oh, we're hitting into that. I don't usually have that on unless it comes into play, so I'll have that off at all times. But once it goes past the regular EMA, I'll switch this one on and see whether that is going to stop it. So you got to understand. So now we've had an overshoot on this this channel here. So you are expecting trading range price action there as well. It gives you clues. So you know when you see these overshoots, sideways action is going to happen there. They are a precursor to trading ranges and pullbacks, so they're so important to look out for. So we get this range, so you can't go short there. The entry signal, it just doesn't trigger. You can't enter on there. So then we keep going. The next bar we get to head down, we know we've got to go down because we're in a range, is this, and it closes on its low. So that's what we're looking at. We get rejection there. Next bar, this will break through. Once it starts breaking the lows of the other bars, that did break the low. This breaks the low. You can just drop your limit order and you're trading down to the lows. We end up breaking out of the range and then we shoot back out. So, and it's quite a strong move. So it's hard to go short there. So yeah, you can't really take that. You just don't know. But it has hit like 3 times, 4 times up on the top. The highs are getting sold. Like every time it goes high, it's getting sold. But this trade you can take, and the reason you can take it is because of the rejections up here. We've had so many rejections, and it's pushed down below the EMA, and it's failing below the EMA. That's a great trade to go short on there. It's exactly what we want. We want a bear bar closing on its low. You know, it's clearly failed to go back up again, and that is a good trade to go short on because of the sell-off that's happening. You're expecting this to reverse now, and the target for your reversals, the funny thing about channels is they reverse and they usually come back to the start of the channel. That's just where they head to nearly every single time. So they just sell off and head back to the start of the channel again. So you have a pretty good target to look for. So we just start channeling down, and then we have this first break here. It's sort of like a little range. We get that overshoot, starts this little range here, and we just wait for that to fail. Yep, that bar's closing pretty much close to its low, and it's clearly failing. It's tried to go up once, it's tried to go up again, and it's failed, and you just drop in your limit order and hope you get filled there. And then we get that pullback again, the simplest trade probably of the night. It's a lower high of this as well, and it just fails out there. Good signal bar, and you just drop your limit order in, and you get filled with a good entry bar, and it just heads on down to bar 100. And those are the trades.